Hi folks, it's Lise. Most of you know me. If you're lucky enough to be seeing this and you don't know who I am, I'm Lise, and I am approximately 80% Edna St. Vincent Millay by volume. And the thing that I love about her, she's my favorite poet, and this is going to be backwards, so this is not super useful, but the thing that I love most about her and her poetry is how comforting I have found it to be in difficult times. And we are going through nothing if not difficult times right now. And however you find the best way to get through that, I hope that this will help a little bit more. So I'd like to make this a series of a sort, but to start with, I'm gonna start not from her first published poem, but I'm going to start from the beginning of the volume called Second April, which was published in 1921. And the first poem in it is called Spring. And coincidentally, this is probably the volume from which I have the most poetry memorized. I do not have this poem memorized, however. And I like the idea of she returns to the image of Second April again and again throughout the volume to talk about kind of a nostalgia or a returning to scenes that she thought she had left. And so I think it's interesting as we go into April to consider that this is going to be an incredibly strange month for us. And we really don't know what the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks holds. So, and for most of us, spring is just about around the corner, so this poem seems extra appropriate. And now that I've given you 2 minutes of intro, I'm going to go ahead and read this for you. To what purpose, April, do you return again? Beauty is not enough. You can no longer quiet me with the redness of little leaves opening stickily. I know what I know. The sun is hot on my neck as I observe the spikes of the crocus. The smell of the earth is good. It is apparent that there is no death. But what does that signify? Not only underground are the brains of men eaten by maggots. Life in itself is nothing, an empty cup, a flight of uncarpeted stairs. It is not enough that yearly, down this hill, April comes like an idiot, babbling and strewing flowers. And that was Spring by Edna St. Vincent Millay. I don't have a lot to say about this poem in particular. Like most of her poems, there is unfortunately very little context to them. And I don't know if she just never wrote about what the impetus for those poems was, or if a lot of that stuff was destroyed. If I continue this series, I'll talk more about that. But yeah, so that is what I have to offer you, and I hope that as we go into spring, you and your family are well. Thank you.